The richest man isn't the one with the biggest bank account. It's the one with the clearest focus. In a noisy world, where everyone is distracted by everything, the man who learns to focus, really focus, becomes a magnet for power, wealth, and success. That's what Napoleon Hill discovered, not just through theory, through thousands of interviews. Every titan of wealth he studied had one thing in common. They focused their mind like a laser. You're not broke because you lack money. You're stuck because your mind is scattered. In what you focus, you attract. So if your focus is weak, your life will follow. But that ends today. Because you're about to learn how to flip the switch, to pull your attention out of the chaos and aim it like a weapon at what you want. Stay until the end of this video. Not for me, for your future. If you can hold your attention here, then you can take control of it everywhere. And the man who controls his focus controls everything. Let's begin. Every second of your day, someone is fighting to hijack your focus. Social media, news headlines, notifications, emails, gossip. They are all weapons in a silent war, a war for your mind. Why? Because where your focus goes, your energy flows. And where your energy flows, your life follows. The system isn't trying to destroy you, it's trying to distract you. Because a distracted man is a defeated man. He has no direction, no clarity, no momentum. Napoleon Hill wrote, "Concentration of effort and definiteness of purpose are the major sources of power. If you don't claim your focus, someone else will. And when you let the world guide your attention, you let the world guide your life. You check your phone 60 times a day and wonder why you feel empty. You scroll through comparison and call it rest. You listen to 1,000 voices and forget your own. But listen closely. Every scroll is a surrender. Every distraction is a decision. The man who wins in life isn't the loudest. He's the one who can shut the world out long enough to hear his own vision. You cannot build a rich life with a poor attention span. And you cannot master wealth until you master where your mind lives. Right now, ask yourself, where is my focus? What am I feeding my mind? Because what you focus, you attract. And the man who focuses on nonsense, he attracts noise. But the man who focuses on power, he attracts results. Stay with me, because I'll show you how to turn your mind into a magnet for exactly what you want and how to keep it locked in. Before we go on, do this. Type in the comments, "I control my focus." This isn't just for engagement. It's for your identity. Speak it. Write it. Claim it, because the world will try to steal your focus every day. But if you can keep it, you'll keep your future. Asterisk. Let's get something straight. You don't get what you want in life. You get what you focus on. Desire is weak without direction. Wishing without concentration is like planting seeds and forgetting to water them, Napoleon. Hill didn't just talk about wanting riches. He talked about definite chief aim, a single, clear, focused goal. Why? Because the subconscious mind doesn't respond to vagueness. It responds to clarity. Repeated, emotional, obsessive clarity.
Ow.
Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Hill, but most people's minds are not focused. They're fuzzy. They want money, but they think about debt. They want love, but they focus on rejection. They want success, but they keep replaying every failure. And here's what happens. The subconscious obeys the dominant focus. Not what you say you want, but what you repeatedly think about. Your mind is like a camera lens. If it's blurry, the shot is worthless. But when you zoom in, block out distractions, and lock on a target, everything shifts into place. This is not just philosophy. It's physics. It's how energy works. Where your attention goes, your brain rewires, your habits align. Your body follows your choices, starts serving your aim automatically. So the question is, what is your mind locked on? Because you are becoming what you constantly dwell on. It's not what you visit occasionally. It's not what you journal once a week. But what you obsess over daily, consciously or unconsciously. Most men let their focus be dictated by emotion. If they feel tired, they scroll. If they feel stressed, they distract. They feel afraid, they retreat. But the man of power doesn't obey emotion. He trains his mind every single day to serve the goal. He gets up. He focuses. He executes. Because focus isn't just mental, it's spiritual. It's discipline disguised as destiny. And the best part? Focus can be trained. You can teach your brain to ignore the noise. You can rewire your habits to prioritize purpose. And you can transform your entire life simply by deciding what to look at. In the next section, I'll show you how to do exactly that. But first, if this is landing, if you're ready to take back your mind, type it below. My mind is a magnet. Let the world know you're no longer scattered. You're focused. You're locked in. Your dangerous asterisk focus is not a gift. It's a muscle. And like any muscle, it gets stronger the more you use it, and weaker the more you neglect it. Most people don't lose focus because they're lazy. They lose it because they've never trained it. No one ever taught them how. To hold a thought long enough for it to become a force, Napoleon Hill did. He called it autosuggestion, the daily repetition of thoughts and beliefs to program the subconscious mind. This wasn't wishful thinking. This was mental training. Here's how to begin. 1. Start your day with intentional focused touch. Your phone. Don't check messages. Instead, sit in silence and speak your desire aloud. Say, today, I direct my focus to my purpose. I attract success by locking in on what matters. It may feel strange at first, but repetition creates identity. And identity is the root of behavior too. Write your goal every morning, not a paragraph, a single sentence. Clarity is power. Vagueness is weakness. When you write your goal daily, you're not just reminding yourself, you're training your subconscious to align with it. Every pen stroke is a command to your inner world. Your inner world controls your outer life. 3. Create focus window time blocks of 30 to 60 minutes, where you do one thing and only one thing. No switching, no checking, no interruptions, even 30 minutes of deep focus. A day can outperform 10 hours of distraction. 4. Eliminate the enemy. Delete the apps. Silence the noise. And follow the chaos. Cannot expect power while bathing in distraction. Remember, every distraction you tolerate is an investment in failure. Every minute reclaimed is a deposit in your wealth account. Hill wrote, concentration is the act of focusing the mind upon a given desire until ways and means for its realization have been worked out and successfully put into operation. In other words, when you focus long enough, the how reveals itself. You don't need all the answers. You just need to hold the vision long enough for the path to appear. Most people give up not because the goal is too hard, but because their attention is too weak. If you don't have what you want yet, ask yourself, have I really focused? Have I obsessed? Have I burned the bridges? Have I made this my only option? Because when you do, life bends next. I'll show you how. To turn your thoughts into magnetic action, because focus without execution is just fantasy. And we're not here to fantasize, we're here to build. But first, say this aloud. I train my focus like a warrior trains his aim. Every day, I get sharper. Every day, I get closer. It's who you're becoming. Stay locked in. Asterisk focus is the beginning. It's not the end. The world doesn't reward intention. It rewards movement. And Napoleon Hill made one thing clear. Faith without action is dead. Desire without action is a dream. Focus without action is a fantasy. You attract what you focus on only when you act in alignment with it. Let me say that again. You don't get what you want. You get what you prove you're willing to move for. Every day you sit with a clear intention and take no action. You weaken the connection between your mind and your future. But every step forward, no matter how small, strengthens that magnetic pull. The man who moves his feet reinforces the man who focused his mind. Let's break this down to 1. The micro-momentum principle. Hill didn't teach people to leap over mountains. He taught them to take steps, small, certain, daily steps. You don't need to build an empire today. You need to do one powerful thing that matches your focus. Write the email. Make the phone call. Read 10 pages of the book that shifts your thinking. Meditate for 5 minutes to sharpen your inner vision. Small wins lead to massive momentum, because momentum is magnetic. And once it starts, it's hard to stop. 2. Focus fuels belief every time you act in alignment with your focus. You send a message to your subconscious. I believe in this. And belief, when fused with motion, becomes a force of creation. That's what Hill meant when he wrote, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." But belief without focus is chaos. Focus without belief is weak. You marry the two and then move. You become unstoppable. 3. Turn thought into form. Everything you see around you, the phone in your hand, the clothes you wear, the chair you sit on, they all began as thoughts. Someone focused long enough to bring that thought into the world, and then they acted. Your goal is no different. Hold the thought, feed the thought, act on the thought, and it will take form. Hill said, "Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes." But most people never act on their ideas. They lose them in distraction. They bury them in fear. Not you. Not anymore. You now know that. Focus is the seed. Action is the water. Time is the sunlight. If you plant it, feed it, and stay consistent, it must grow. Now do this. In the comments, write "I turn focus into power." Say it, type it, repeat it until it becomes part of who you are. Because this video isn't about motivation. About identity, you are no longer the man who watches from the sidelines. You are no longer the man who scrolls through success and feels behind. You are now the man who focuses, who moves, who attracts. And in part 5, I'll show you how to eliminate the one silent killer that destroys most people's ability to focus, act, and succeed, even if they don't realize it. You'll want to hear this. Here's a hard truth. Most people don't lose focus because they're lazy. They lose it because they've confused motion with progress. They're always busy, but never getting anywhere. Napoleon Hill warned about this in different words. The most common cause of failure is the habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. But in our world, the most common cause of failure isn't even quitting. It's distraction dressed up as work. 1. Busyness is not power. You check your email 30 times a day. You clean your desk. You highlight quotes in books you never apply. And you tell yourself, "I'm being productive." But if your energy is scattered across 10 tasks that don't move your dream forward, then your power is diluted. Focus is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters too. The illusion of productivity. Say you want to build a business. You tell yourself, "I need the perfect logo, the best website, the right time." And so you plan, you tweak, you brainstorm, but what you're really doing, you're hiding. Because focusing on what matters, like selling your product, making the call, risking rejection, that's uncomfortable. So instead, you prepare. You don't need more preparation. You need more precision. You need to identify the one thing today that moves you forward, and eliminate everything else. 3. The law of focused elimination. Want to increase your power instantly? Ask this. What am I doing right now that I can stop because it's not producing results? It's a question 99% of people never ask, because we get emotionally attached to our routines. We tell ourselves, "I've always done it this way." But success is never built on emotional habits. It's built on effective actions. Hill taught this repeatedly in Think and Grow Rich. Success requires no apologies. Failure permits no alibis. You don't get to say, "I was busy." You only get to say, "I was effective." 4. Replace movement with mastery. Instead of chasing 100 ideas, master 1. Instead of doing 10 tasks a day, do 3 that count. Instead of trying to build 5 bridges, complete one that takes you to the other side. The man who focuses on 10 things at once finishes none. The man who focuses on one thing until it's done, he becomes dangerous. 5. Energy flows where meaning goes. Here's a Napoleon Hill principle no one talks about. There is no hope of success for the person who does not have a central purpose or definite goal at which to aim. If your focus has no why, it will fade. You must tie your action to a purpose deeper than money. Money is a byproduct. Purpose is the fuel. Ask yourself, why must I do this? Who will suffer if I don't? When your focus is rooted in meaning, distraction becomes weaker because your mind finally understands. This matters. Asterisk. Let me pause here and ask you directly. Are you truly focused or just busy? You're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start building real momentum? Then comment below. I eliminate distraction. I act with purpose. Stay with me. Because know ahead is the breakthrough section. I'll show you how to build a focus ritual so strong, so automatic that your dream can no longer escape. This is where it gets real. If you're still watching, you're not like most. Most people click away. They scroll. They drift. They chase the next hit of stimulation. But not you. You're still here, and that tells me something. You're ready. You're ready to stop being average. You're ready to take control of your focus. You're ready to build the life most people only dream about. So do this right now. Like this video, not for vanity, but to lock this truth into your algorithm and your brain. Subscribe if you want more content that doesn't just motivate you, but rewires your mind for wealth and mastery. And comment this phrase below. I focus like a laser. Let this be your identity now, because in the next part, I'm going to hand you the tools, not theory, but a real, repeatable ritual for focus that even Napoleon Hill would have admired. Don't miss it. Let's move on. Asterisk, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your rituals. Let me say that again. You do not become successful by accident. You become successful by what you do every day, especially when no one's watching. Napoleon Hill said it best. You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul, because you control your thoughts. And the best way to control your thoughts is to build a daily ritual of focus so unbreakable, even chaos bows to it. This is not a routine. It's a fortress. Here's what it looks like. Break it into 4 unstoppable steps. Step 1. Morning. Isolation. The moment you wake up, the war begins. And if you reach for your phone first, you've already lost. Before the world enters, shut the gates. No news, no texts, no notifications. You wake up and you speak your focus. I am focused. I am powerful. I attract what I want because I know what I want. Then read your definite purpose aloud. With energy, not passively with fire. See it, feel it. Because the subconscious doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotion plus repetition. This is how you program your mind. Every morning, same time, no excuses, no delays. Step 2. Focus time block. You must create a protected window. Each day, even if it's just 60 minutes, where nothing can touch your focus. No distractions. No multitasking. It's no compromise. This is your sacred time to build your dream. Write the plan. Execute the next step. Review the last move. Read and absorb. During this time, you are unreachable. You tell the world, for this next hour, I am not available because I am becoming who I was born to be. If it's not worth interrupting your future, it's not worth interrupting this block. Step 3. The power review at the end of each day. The thing no one does. Reflect. Right. Don, what did I focus on today? Did it move me closer to my vision? What will I double down on tomorrow? Most people live like a hamster on a wheel, moving but going nowhere, but not you. You build direction into your day. You build awareness into your mind. You stack clarity on top of clarity until results become inevitable. Napoleon Hill said, "A man without a plan is like a ship without a rudder." This step, it's your rudder. Step 4. Nighttime programming before bed. Yeah. You enter the most powerful state of the day. The subconscious gate is open. This is where most people poison their mind with fear, doubt, comparison. But you inject clarity, power, and belief. Speak your goals aloud again. Visualize your success. Play your wins. Forgive your losses and say these words: I sleep in focus. I wake up in purpose. And every breath I take brings me closer to wealth, power, and peace. Do this every night, and your mind will become a magnet for everything you speak. This is how you win. Not once, not for a week, but every single day you build this ritual, and suddenly your thoughts sharpen. Your distractions die. Your results explode, because the world no longer controls your focus. You do, and when you control focus, you control everything. Asterisk. Let's go deeper, because what you focus, you attract. Yes, but more than that, what you focus, you become. This is the part no one tells you. You don't just attract results, you attract an identity. You become the person your attention is trained on. Focus is not just about achieving goals. It's about forming who you are. Think about it. The man who constantly focuses on problems becomes a problem solver. No, he becomes a problem thinker, anxious, reactive, overwhelmed. But the man who focuses on vision, possibility, and responsibility, he becomes a builder, a creator, a magnet for solutions. Napoleon Hill said, "The subconscious mind makes no distinction between constructive and destructive thought impulses. It works with the material we feed it." That means your identity, your habits, your self-image. Your confidence is shaped by the thoughts you repeat. So ask yourself, what do I repeat daily? What image of myself am I feeding my subconscious? What story am I rehearsing on loop? Because if you're not aware of it, it's probably disempowering. You cannot think like a victim and become a leader. You cannot focus on lack and expect abundance. You cannot obsess over your weaknesses and build strength. Your focus is the blueprint. Your actions are the bricks. Your life is the house. So if you don't like the house, don't blame the weather. Change the blueprint. Here's how you rewrite your identity with focus. 1. Upgrade. Your self-talk is your internal. Broadcast start using words of power daily, out loud. Instead of I hope, say I decide. Instead of I wish, say I will. Instead of one day, say day one is today. Your mind doesn't respond to begging, it responds to certainty. 2. Visualize your highest self every morning and night. Close your eyes and see yourself as the man you want to become. Not one day. Now feel it. Walk like him. Speak like him. Think like him. Then act like him. Your focus makes the future version of you real. And the more clearly you see him, the faster you become him. 3. Change your environment and just change your focus. Just change what surrounds it. Your environment either reinforces your new identity or drags you back into the old one. Clean your workspace. Remove distractions. Hang quotes on your walls. Play music that activates you. Follow people who lower your standard. Craft an environment that mirrors who you're becoming because your mind can't hold a new identity in a space filled with the old one. 4. Master micro decisions of reaction. You take every small choice is a vote for the man you're becoming. The food you eat, the words you say, the thoughts you allow, they're shaping your focus, just shaping your identity. So treat each moment like it matters, because it does. You are always becoming someone. The only question is, are you becoming who you chose? Or who the world chose for you? Napoleon Hill made it clear, there are no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. And what you acknowledge is what you keep seeing. What you focus on becomes your truth. So decide today to focus on power, to build a new identity, to attract the life that matches it. Because when you change your focus, you change your frequency. And the universe matches your new signal with new results. Asterisk, you've heard this before. Success is not an act, but a habit. But what does that really mean? It means that you don't become wealthy by making one great decision. You become wealthy by installing patterns of focused thinking, repeated action, and purpose-driven energy until they run automatically. You don't have to think about brushing your teeth. You don't have to convince yourself to tie your shoes. Because they've been wired in through repetition, the same can be done with wealth. Napoleon Hill called this force the cosmic habit force. a natural law that makes your dominant thoughts and actions automatic through consistent repetition. This is where most people fail. They try to feel motivated every day, but motivation fades. So if you want to attract success, not once, but repeatedly, you need to train your mind to default to power. Here's how you do it. 2-1. Install a morning wealth ritual. The first hour of your day is the golden hour. It sets your frequency. It programs your subconscious, locks in your focus. Do not start your day with noise. Do not touch your phone before you've touched your mind. Instead, wake up and repeat your definite chief aim. Visualize your most successful day. Right. Down your top 3 goals. Say out loud, I focus on wealth. I act with power. I attract success. Do this every day, not sometimes. Every time, because repetition is not boring. It's the gateway to transformation. 2. Track your focus. Every hour most people spend the day reacting. You must spend it redirecting. Every hour, ask yourself, where is my focus? Is this moving me toward my goal? Am I leading or drifting? Then refocus, even if you slipped, especially if you slipped. Because focus is not perfection, it's returning. Again and again, until it becomes who you are. 3. Use trigger phrases. Can rewire your brain by associating phrases with action. Create 3 trigger phrases that pull you back to power. For example, I control the moment. This is my time. I move toward money. Say them every time you feel distracted, discouraged, drained. The repetition will anchor your mind, and anchor leads behavior. Point 4. End your day like a champion at night. Don't collapse into sleep. Close your day. With intention, review what you did well. Write what you'll improve tomorrow. Speak your goal one more time before sleep. Why? Because your subconscious mind never sleeps. Whatever you think about in the last 30 minutes of the day sinks deep into the soil of your being. So plant power, not worry. Let your final thoughts be ones that build your future. You must understand, wealth is not an emotion. It's a system. A system built through conscious repetition until it becomes unconscious power. That's how Napoleon Hill trained his mind. That's how every millionaire he interviewed operated. They didn't hope. They built daily, repeatedly, automatically, and you can too. Asterisk, here's the final truth most never consider. You cannot outfocus a distracting environment. You could have the strongest willpower in the world, but if your environment is built for weakness, you will slip again and again, because environment is stronger than intention. And if your surroundings don't support your growth, they suppress it. Napoleon Hill emphasized this repeatedly. He didn't just study people, he studied the forces around them, the people they allowed in, the habits they reinforced, the ideas they surrounded themselves with, and here's what he found. You will become the average of the 5 people you associate with most. But it's bigger than just people. It's the apps you allow, the clutter you accept, conversations you tolerate, the notifications you don't turn off, the standards you don't raise. Want to know why the rich get richer? It's not luck, it's design. They design an environment where focus is automatic, distraction is eliminated, and wealth building is the default. You need the same. Here's how. 1. Audit your circle. Ask this. Who do I talk to every week? Do they build me or break me? Are they focused or fractured? Then be honest. If they drain your focus, limit them. If they elevate your vision, double down on them. Build a circle that's obsessed with growth, because average people normalize distraction. But focused people normalize domination. Point 2. Upgrade your physical space, your room, your desk, your car. They reflect your internal world. Clean it, declutter it, create zones that speak success, a desk for deep work, a wall of vision, space that energizes, not depletes. Minimalism isn't aesthetics, it's a power move, because a clear space equals a clear mind. 3. Install digital boundaries. Your phone is a portal. It either brings in power or pulls you into chaos. So redesign your digital life. Delete apps that steal time, Mute notifications. Turn your home screen into a command center. Goals. Daily tasks. Affirmations. Not gossip. Clickbait and noise. Remember, if you don't use technology intentionally, it uses you. 4. Create a rhythm of focus. Focus isn't something you find. It's something you structure. Set blocks of time every day where you do nothing but move your mission forward. No interruptions, no scrolling, no multitasking. You'll be shocked at how much progress you make when you compress your power into a focused hour. Call it power hour. Own it. Same time. Every day. No compromise. 5. Anchor your environment with symbols. Humans need symbols. Hang a quote that fires your soul. Keep a photo of your future life. Use a physical object. A coin. A stone. A key that reminds you of your power. When your space reflects your dream feels more real. And when your dream feels real, chase it harder. You need to make your environment a fortress. Not a prison, but a sanctuary. A place where every sight sharpens you. Every sound supports you. Every moment moves you, because the man who surrounds himself with focus becomes unstoppable. Asterisk you, if you heard enough. Now it's time to become. Because there are only 2 types of men in this world. The ones who chase success, and the ones who attract it. And attraction begins with identity. Napoleon Hill never said fake it till you make it. He said believe it until you become it, because your thoughts become identity. Identity becomes behavior. Behavior becomes destiny. So, let me ask you directly, who are you becoming? Because the man who says, I'll try, already lost. But the man who declares, I am the kind of man who focuses. I am the kind of man who acts. I am the kind of man who commands wealth. That man becomes magnetic. You don't need a miracle. You need momentum. And momentum is built one decision at a time. You decide what to focus on. You decide what to ignore. You decide what kind of energy to give. You decide what kind of man you'll be. And then you back that identity with habit, daily, relentlessly, faithfully. Here's what you do next. Choose one focus, one outcome, one mission, one goal. Write it. Frame it. Obsess over it. Build your routine around it. No more hoping. No more drifting. Every block of your day serves the mission. Design your environment. What you see shapes who you become. Let your surroundings speak power, not passivity. Speak it out loud. Every morning. It's every night. I focus only on what builds my future. Move every day, not just physically, strategically. One step, one call, one action. Progress is the proof of focus. And if you fall, get back up, because the man who keeps moving even through chaos becomes the man who can't be stopped. Understand this. You were never supposed to be average. They just trained you to be distracted, but now you know better. So here's your declaration. I control my mind. I choose my focus. I command my future. I attract success. I act, think, and live like the man who already has what he wants. Write it, say it, breathe it, because what you focus, you attract. And you are now the kind of man who focuses like a weapon. So go out there and act like it. Asterisk. If this resonated, comment below. I am the man who focuses. Subscribe if you're ready to build a life of power, discipline, and wealth. Not by luck, but by design. Turn on notifications, because this channel isn't for everyone. It's for the few who are ready to take control of their mind and their destiny. Remember, you don't get what you want. You get what you want. Focus on, so aim your focus and attract your future.